We prepared for this, kind of. So if I had a Chrome box here, I'd be chilling. I'm just gonna have to dig for Force of Negation here. Didn't find it. Shuffle. Didn't find it. We've lost. GG. Alright, they kill us on turn 1, on turn 2, and then we just go next. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You're telling me I'm not dead? Hello everyone, it's your favorite timeless veteran. I'm the control guy, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Gonna be a little more chill energy today because I'm a little tired, but I did want to say that today we're gonna be like tryharding. So I've not really done this in a while on the channel. I kind of just started like try to play a different deck every video, play like something new every video. Kind of like I really try not to repeat decks too soon, but today we're gonna lock in. I'm just gonna focus, win some games. We're gonna be playing best of 3 for all you best of 3 enjoyers. And yeah, just want to show you guys how to maybe think about how to sideboard and like do some stuff like that. So lock in, we're gonna be just focused and just trying to win. So I'll see you guys in the videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, by the way. Again, I say this every video, but I have a Discord. We've kind of been growing it. It's really fun to just have a chat with people in there, so check it out if you want. And of course, if you want to support the videos, because I can't get monetized right now. Yes, YouTube, you're so cool. If you want to help me out, check out my Patreon, but you don't have to. Watching is enough, because by watching, even if I don't make money off ad revenue or whatever, who cares? By watching, you're telling YouTube this video is interesting, let's recommend it to more people, the channel grows, boom, you've helped me. So you don't have to, but if you can, help me out. That being said, let's jump right into this deck tech, because this deck, you've seen it recently, but it's still very strong. Let's go. Alright, so today we are going to be just tryharding. We're going to be playing what I think is the strongest control deck in Timeless right now. I think this is like one of the only like tier 0 control decks that's like really up there and like just is really strong. It is like the cat out of the bag, Quantum Beans or Quantum Stalk or whatever you want to call it. Up the Beanstalk, 2 mana enchantment, really hard to remove in Timeless right now. No one's really running enchantment removal just like that, you know? You are actually the person who destroys your own Beanstalks the most often with Wrath of the Skies. But yeah, literally just draws a card when it enters, which is free value, and then whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, you draw a card. Obviously, these are on legendary, so you can stack them, you get multiple Beanstalks in play. The sweet spot is 2 Beanstalks in play. If you're like against a deck where you need a lot of cards, you can play the 3rd one, but I wouldn't recommend going for the 4th Beanstalk, that will just kill you. And then you combine that with spells that cost 5 or more but can be cost reduced. We have Solitude as removal, Leyline Binding as removal, and Quantum Riddler as a card draw engine, an alternate card draw engine that you can warp for 2. And these will all draw you a bunch of cards off a Beanstalk, and your hand will always be full, and you just have, yeah, just your control game plan. You're playing your Ponders and Brainstorm. Only one Tamiyo here because we have Quantum Riddler and Solitude as win cons. We just beat them down with these cards. Running one Phelia here. Phelia can blink your own Beanstalk for a card, extra card every turn. Phelia can blink your Quantum Riddlers for like amazing card advantage. Phelia can blink your Solitudes if you hard cast them to keep removing creatures, etc. And she can even I think Phelia is a she. I don't know. Blink out opponents like tokens or stuff that they have on board, whatever. Pretty good card overall, not necessarily a control card, but in this shell here, it just works. And yeah, that's just why we're playing it. 1 Teferi, 1 Ura, just a log piece, and the win con, just an alternate win con in this here. But yeah, that's the main deck. I think for best of 3, I'm switching back to the control guide double Triome strat, where I have 1 Triome that makes, well, but all my Triomes make at least 2 of the colors I'm playing. So if I could play 1 Xander's Lounge instead of playing both of these Triomes, but then my Triome only makes blue that I care about. Whereas now I have Raugrin, which makes blue and white that I care about, and Indatha makes green and white that I care about. So any of these Triomes on turn 1 can then, if you fetch the appropriate dual land, play a binding on turn 2. With Triomes, you're never playing a binding on turn 1 anyway, because your Triome enters tapped anyway, so it's always going to be turn 2 anyway. So with this, you have turn 2 Triome, turn 2 binding if you need it, and in the late game or turn 3, you can fetch the other Triome to get 1 mana bindings. But this is also way more resilient against Strip Mine, which is a big part of the format. yeah, they will strip mine your Xander's Lounge, and then your Leyline Binding costs 3 for the rest of the game, whereas here, at least I have to have 2 strip mines to make my Leyline Binding cost 3, and if they strip mine one of these, Leyline Binding costs 2. We are just happy for Leyline Binding to cost 2. Like, 2 mana for Leyline Binding for a flash Vanishing Light is strong already, and then it's also drawing us cards out of the Beanstalk. We're happy if it only costs 2. It costing 1 is sugar, but we don't need that to win in the card advantage game. Alright, let's talk about the sideboard. So we have, I think, obviously I'll say it right off the bat, by the way, disclaimer, I'm no like best of 3 professional or anything, but I do play Control quite a lot, and I watch a lot of like Control best of 3, so here and like you pick it up here and there, and like you kind of just learn it by doing it. And really, like, this sideboard, I literally just adjusted it like yesterday. I played some of this, and like I found that I was running I think I was running 3 Mystical Disputes, and I was playing only like these against creature decks. So this is like also another thing you need to bear in mind when you're like really like locked in and you're trying. Your deck is changing like every 2-3 games. You can keep the deck the same, it doesn't really matter in the end percentage points, right? But your deck is like adapting and changing all the time. Like literally just yesterday I put in the Prismatic Ending because I was playing against a lot of Moon Shadow aggro decks, so you don't really need Mystical Dispute against those. But yeah, overall TLDR, we have Mystical Dispute for blue decks. You're bringing this in against Control. You're bringing this in against Show and Tell. You're bringing this in. You can bring this in against Affinity as well. Basically, in every match, you identify what the best card is or what the best thing is you're doing, and then you just board in and out like that. Against Show and Tell, we have High Noon, but High Noon is also good against Prowess. Against Ruby Storm, High Noon is really good. So yeah, we're playing that for that. Then you want to have, I think it's good to have 4 Graveyard Hate spells, whether that be 4 Leyline of the Void, or in my case I'm playing 2 Surgical Extraction, which is, you know, is good against graveyards, and then we're playing 1 Ghost Vacuum, which costs mana, which is like, you know, rough. So this is not going to do much against neutral spells, but this is going to be decent against Reanimator. And then we're playing 1 Endurance. I don't know about the Endurance, man. Honestly, I think I'm torn here between keeping Endurance or having a more Surgical. Because you just don't have a lot of green cards. You really only have Beanstalk, Uro, and then you can board into Oko. So you don't have many green cards, so it's not like you're always going to be able to pitch this. But it's okay to have in an emergency, and when you do have the green card, it's good. So yeah, playing 1 Endurance here. This is for the Util spells / Reanimate or whatever matchup. You run 4 Graveyard Hate cards for graveyard decks. Then we're running Carpet of Flowers. This is a card that actually only recently came to Arena with, I think it was with Final Fantasy. Basically, this is our hate against blue strip mine decks, hydroponics, etc., right? Because Carpet of Flowers is an enchantment, so these blue-black decks can't really remove it. And at the beginning of each of your main phases, you get to choose whether you want to add mana equal to the number of islands they control. So in Control Mirrors, having the mana advantage usually means winning the game, and they can't really avoid playing islands, especially with Hydro. Their lands become islands. So even if this is making 2 mana or 3 mana, this is really good, because like you get to now use the mana from this on your turn and hold up mana for their turn. And when they strip mine you, but you have a Carpet of Flowers in play, you have mana either way in your turn, right? So that's why we're playing Carpet of Flowers. Kind of testing it here. I don't know if it's gonna be like amazing. I've played it. I brought it in against I played against a Grixis deck the other day. I brought it in against them. It made a lot of mana. I ended up losing that game just because I didn't find a board right, but yeah, pretty good. So we're going to be testing Carpet of Flowers today. I think it's good though, and it does see play in Legacy and blue decks, so we'll see. And then we're playing an extra Supreme Verdict and a Prismatic Ending for the creature matchups, as I just mentioned. Also playing a Subtlety. This can also come in against Util spells. Just another free way to remove something, but Subtlety doesn't trigger Beanstalk, that's why we're not running it main deck. Just playing 1. This can come in against Control as well, because Subtletying Planeswalkers is good. This can come in against creature decks. It basically replaces Force of Negation when you're playing against a deck that doesn't run non-creatures. And against Control, this is a flash win condition, so yeah. Endurance, by the way, also just being a creature is not bad. So like, again, flash win condition can also like be a thing here. So yeah, sorry about like rambling on and on about these, but I think it's important to like go over everything and like let you know what to do, because this is like more of a like try-hardy type of deck where you really do want to be in tune with what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck. And yeah, not much more to say. The cool thing about obviously Control is that we're playing Ponders and Brainstorms, which means when we do have sideboard cards, it's easier to find them because of our selection. And yeah, really you just want early Beanstalk. If you have early Beanstalk, it just doesn't feel like you can lose with this deck, honestly, sometimes. When you don't draw your Beanstalk in the top 48 cards of your library, that totally didn't happen to me yesterday. That kind of sucks, but then you're just blue-white control, so it's not the end of the world. Quantum Riddler, really good when you're like low on cards, and you're on top with a Riddler, you draw 2 on your draw step, or your Ponders will draw you 2 cards, or your Brainstorm will draw you 4 cards. Yeah, very good card. Quantum Riddler definitely like the backbone of this deck. Really what's making this deck possible right now in a no Force of Will, a timeless format. Yeah, Force of Will obviously would go hard with Beanstalk, but we don't have that, but yeah, I think Quantum Riddler really just makes up for that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the games, and that's it from me. Unless... yeah, about fetching, you really want to keep 2 to 3 landers. I'd really not recommend keeping 1 landers with this deck, because in best of 3 you don't have the hand smoothing algorithm as hard as you do in best of 1, where you will open up 1 landers and you just have to mulligan. Like, mulliganing is just more prevalent in best of 3, and you'll probably see it a lot this video. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that. And then you want to usually fetch Meticulous Archive on 1, or depends, if you have a Tamiyo, maybe you can Tamiyo on 1, you can Ponder on 1. Your good opening hands are like Beanstalk, Force Blue card, Swords to Plowshares lands. That does it like your good opening hands. Or maybe Beanstalk, Solitude white card, Force Blue card lands, right? Anyway, I'll see you guys in the games. Alright, this sounds amazing. We'll keep it. Chromox. Okay. Yeah, sorry if you guys heard some weird noise there. That's just my headphones connecting and reconnecting. Alright. Pyrogorth Pass. Interesting. Wrath of the Skies. That's pretty good. Now, I literally can't find Force Blue card, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to play a Surveil land. Play a Surveil land, or maybe potentially I'll have to get like an island for Blood Moon here. Zorkin Zan? That can't be good. Okay, opponent is... okay. Zorkin Zan? I'm gonna fetch, Raugrin Triome here. And then I'm gonna... now I could play Beanstalk? Or should I play... Beanstalk? I'm not scared of these. I think getting Beanstalk in is just how we win. I could Wrath the Skies them. That's what they want. They want me to Wrath, right? Because why else would they do this? They saw the Wrath. Why else would they do this? They want me to Wrath here. That denies them 1 mana. Then I can... I don't see why I shouldn't just Wrath them. But if I Wrath them... if I play Plains Wrath and they strip mine Blood Moon me, that would be devastating. So I think I'd rather Beanstalk, hold my Plains. Okay, draw Flooded Strand. I'm thinking they have like a ring here. But they would have ringed last turn if they had a ring. Ragavan dashed. Okay. Okay, they're really doing nothing. Well, that's a Solitude. That would have killed Ragavan this turn. If they don't use this treasure this turn, I'm Wrathing. Maybe I'm not actually. Hold on. Let me think. Let me think here. I get to Ponder, right? Yeah, I get to Ponder. That's a lot of lands. I'm going to shuffle this Ponder, obviously. Counterspell. Okay. So... I'm thinking here. I think I want to... yeah, I think I just hold this, see what they do. Dash Rag again. Is that it? Sure. into Pyrogoyf. Okay, so putting lethal on board, I see. Okay, well, I will fetch Indatha Triome. I'm going to 1 here, by the way. Draw a card. Should have done this first. Could have prevented the... No, that's fine. Backup beans. I think here what I have to do is I have to Wrath and take the Pyrogoyf. And I guess I get to put an extra energy into it because I don't have anything else to do with my mana. Pay 0. Play land. See what they do. Beanstalk. It's the Riddler. So now the only thing that really beats me is like creatures. A haste creature is the only thing that really beats me here. Chalice on 2. That does actually counter Phelia. That counters Phelia. I think I'm gonna pitch Riddler for this. Cause I think Phelia would be my answer to Chalice on 2. Yeah. Just gonna play a beans. Why not? And surveil. Have counterspell up. And if they don't do anything, I can Phelia. Yep. Phelia. And then I think we might be able to stabilize here. Wait, I should have brainstormed first. I might have been able to do something better than, get something better than that. Oh, these are good draws though. Yeah, I'll literally just keep everything here. Oh wait, I can't hold up double counterspell. I actually can't. I can barely even hold up 1 counterspell. I have a lot of non-blue sources in play, so I'm just gonna play this tapped. See what they do. Beanstalk comes back, I draw another card. I have a pretty good hand against them though. Like again, they can't have a singular thing off the top that does anything here. Moon, I almost don't care, but sure, I'll counter it. I almost don't care about Moon simply because I have the planes and I'm drawing with Phelia. The reason I kind of don't want them to Moon is because I have a... I'm not playing a 3rd Beans, by the way. I'll take the Force of Negation, though. I can't use it, but I'll take it. Gonna keep drawing with Beanstalk. This is why Phelia is cool. Like, I just get to keep drawing with Beanstalk, and my threat is just growing bigger and bigger. Phelia is actually a lethal threat here in 2 turns, so they need to find something good twice in a row, and I'm literally just gonna force and mana drain. I'm gonna force this one, and then this is pretty much this is lethal now, because Phelia is gonna attack them to 5 and grow to 5 power, and then I'm just gonna attack. Like, I'm just gonna attack, so it's literally lethal. That's literally GG. Phelia just soloed this game. Yep. Pretty good stuff. Phelia grows to 5. And I have the mana drain for their spell here. So that's going to be a GG. For game 1. See what they do game 2, but... I will say that they did draw... Like, they drew a bunch of lands, I will say. They did draw a bunch of... not lands. They drew a bunch of spells in a row, which is good for them, but... Alright, so against red... we don't really have much in the board against red, not gonna lie. Like, then it's not like they swarm the board or anything. I could side grade one of my Wraths into Supreme Verdict, but Wrath is also not even bad against them. I guess I like Oko against them. Removal is good against them as well. Leyline Binding beats the Blood Moons. There's really not many cards that are bad against them in my deck. They didn't see Ura, so they probably won't bring a Graveyard Hate. Teferi might just be too slow. We don't need Teferi in the matchup, but apart from that, there's not really much else. Like, Solitude isn't, like, amazing against them. I don't need High Noons against them. They're not slinging spells. I guess I could bring in Prismatic Ending just to beat, to also beat Blood Moon. And it also just removes stuff. Bring in a Pending. What do I cut? Like, I don't know. Brainstorm? We're not really, our sideboard isn't really built for red, because again, we beat red game 1. I don't know what they're sideboarding. But yeah, as long as we have a decent hand, we should be able to win against this deck. Like, give me like a Force of Negation opening hand. It's not a Force of Negation. So this hand hard loses to Tower 1 Chalice. No, it doesn't. I have Wrath of the Skies. I'll keep it. Sounds alright. And they don't have Tower 1 Chalice anyway. Ragavan on 1. They'll have the Bolt for Tamiyo, but that's okay. Make him have it. Or maybe they have to, like, Fury it or something. Or maybe they just don't have anything for once. To opponent. What are they? They're playing a weird mixture of, like, Burn. They're playing, like, this weird, like, Burn deck, almost. Like, it's very weird, I will say. I'm gonna ponder... See what's up. Yeah, I'll take Solitude. That way I get to... I'm allowed to flip Tamiyo now? That's sick. Yeah, that's sick, actually. Life total matters, obviously. I'm gonna draw this. Now, do I shock in? Go to 10? I don't think I have to be scared of them at, like, me being a low life total. Attack there just for the clue. Then I'll ponder again. Drawing Phelia Mana Drain, I like that. Decline. Tamiyo flips. I mean, actually, I'm drawing the plane, so I don't even lose to Blood Moon. Like, pretty happy here with this play. They attack. Now, what do I pitch? I think I pitch... What do I pitch here? Leyline Binding could answer Blood Moon. Wrath of the Skies might answer whatever the hell else they do. But I think we have enough answers right now. I don't think I need Wrath. I might regret that later. Don't get me wrong. Just kill Ragavan so they don't get, like, anything. And then, if they don't play a Moon this turn, we get to hold up... Okay, they do play a Moon. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's all good, though. Alright. We don't have, like, a swords down there or anything. Okay. Alright, well... I think I shall... Plus Tamiyo to not take as much damage. And then I will play Raugrin Triome untapped. Pass. Then next turn I get to... Now I hope they don't have a follow-up Moon. Bolt me. Okay, sure. Hit me for 1. I hope they don't have like a Blood Moon secondary. They don't. I should have drawn a card with the clue. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trolling. Bang! It's a plains. Chrome Mox. Sure. Pitch Pyrogoyf. What is it? The One Ring? Well, that's okay. Sure, gain protection from everything. And in response to the One Ring, you can exile it. That way they don't actually get a counter on it, and they don't draw any cards. And then they can attack me for 1, or attack Tamiyo for 1. Doesn't matter, I draw half my deck, and then I probably win. I drew the island, Lamau. Alright, draw half my deck. Obviously, I find a swords here. Like, that was, like, too easy. And then it's pretty much smooth sailing from here. I'm gonna go to 3, I don't care. I'm not scared of you. Beanstalk. Maybe I didn't need to play Beanstalk there. That might have been a little greedy, but you know what? I don't care. Alright, what's your top deck? Cleansing Wildfire. You know what? that replaces itself, I'm just gonna say no to it. My turn. Get to untap with 3 mana, and they're dead. I'm just gonna put creatures in play and attack them, and then they die. Yeah, pretty easy. Again, that's why we're not really bored against this matchup, because we just win the matchup. Go next. I am Groot. Ready for my opponent. Opponent gets to go first. What an amazing hand. Love that. Keep. Immediate keep. This hand is great. Alright, they're mulliganing. Does that mean they're on combo? Who knows? What are these? These are just the Lorwyn. Pretty cool. And they're on neutral spells. Okay. Good to know. We prepared for this, kind of. So if I had a Chrome Mox here, I'd be chilling. I'm just gonna have to dig for Force of Negation here. Didn't find it. Shuffle. Didn't find it. We've lost. GG. Alright, they kill us on turn 1, on turn 2, and then we just go next. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You're telling me I'm not dead? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm alive? How? What's going on? Okay. I didn't think we'd get this far. I'll say it. Okay. Okay, opponent. Let's play Magic then, I guess. Grief. So Grief is gonna... They're gonna have Sacrifice and whatever in hand. So I'm just gonna have to counterspell the Grief. Because I can't let them sacrifice Grief into Undercity. Not Undercity Informant, that's not on Arena. I'm talking about, oh, no, they have Grief Reanimate. Okay, that's chill. Just kill Grief now. Fill my graveyard. They take the Beanstalk. I play Uro. Uro could almost come back. They can't... Unless their last card is... Like, they... So their card has to be Dark Ritual, and then they have to draw Balustrade Spy to win. Right? Their card has to be Dark Ritual, and then they have to draw Balustrade Spy. I'm gonna play Uro off of the Mana Drain mana. Because I'm hoping to draw like a fetch land. Or Indatha Triome is fine. Because now I can bring Uro back next turn. So, I could have played Solitude if I played the Plains, but I think Uro is just better. Having Uro in play is just better. Yeah. And like, again, to win, they would need like an insane draw. So I'm just gonna think they can't win here. Gonna get Meticulous Archive. Another land. I'm gonna mill a land here. I don't really need more lands. My upkeep? What are you doing? I'm gonna Uro now. That looked like a surgical or something, so I'm just gonna do it now. I'm gonna exile my own Solitude so they can't reanimate my Solitude. Nice. Enters tap. Enters untapped. Gonna ponder. Beanstalks. Sure. I'm gonna draw the land, I guess. I have to start doing something, but actually I can just put this into play, then attack with Uro. And they're dead. Yeah, okay. I don't know what they mulligan to what, 5? There's definitely better 4-card hands in their deck. So, okay, whatever. I'm gonna bring in all my graveyard hate. And I'm gonna bring in Subtlety. And now they can pivot, obviously. Sometimes they pivot into like a creature, into like a Bargoyf deck. So I'm gonna take out Phelia. Gonna take out Brainstorms, because they pivot into like Bargoyf and Orcish Bowmaster, right? So I'm gonna bring out all of those, and then I'm gonna bring out... Gonna take out both Wrath of the Skies and bring in one Supreme Verdict, because this is better against their creatures. And then Teferi can go, really, because Teferi doesn't really do anything in this matchup. I don't think. So yeah, we just have all our graveyard hidden, and we have another free answer for them. I think you do have to keep Force of Negation here, even if it's just a Force of Negation of Dark Ritual. But yeah. We got Force. What a hand. Oh, what a hand. Holy shit. Holy shit, what a hand. Chromox. Yep. Disciple of Freyalise. Jack-o'-lantern, that's also fine. You can have that. My opponent isn't really great at keeping good hands with this deck, I feel like. Unless they have like a win here or something. Jack-o'-lantern makes me think they might be like a Thassa's Oracle version of this deck. But my opponent is really not keeping great hands, I will say. I'm gonna get Meticulous Archive. Leyline Binding. Do I really need Leyline Binding? I don't really need Leyline Binding, I don't think. I might regret that, but I don't think I need it right now. My turn. Solitude's a great draw. I'm just gonna play this. I'm gonna Riddler. Right? Or do I want a Riddler? Do I need a Riddler? I have a bunch of free answers in my hand, so I'm just gonna riddle. See what's up. There's a Beanstalk. That's gonna be great next turn. Alright. So we're pretty insulated against my opponent here. Like, there's not much they could have here. What is that? Exile what? Exile up to one target card from your A graveyard, draw a card. Sure, draw a card. You got it, buddy. You got it, buddy. Like, the raw Balustrade Spy is a little annoying because we can't counter it. But, meh. DT, that's good. I'm just going to force it because that gets whatever they want. Just going to force it. I don't have to let this resolve. Veil of Summer. Okay. Okay. Didn't think you'd be running Veil, not gonna lie, but sure, do your thing. Do your thing, bear. Alright. I see you. I'm not gonna value Surgical. I have a Surgical here. I don't have to, like, waste a spell on it. They're gonna... Okay, we have a draw. We'll play Beanstalk. They're probably gonna hard Balustrade Spy, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. It's also game 2. Like, I want to see what they're actually doing. I hope they're like on a Reanimator, like on a Thassa's Oracle line. Dark Ritual. Okay, they're going for like a lot. Oh, they want to hard cast the Grief first. Fair enough. Oh no, they're okay. They're playing Charbelcher as an alternate. Okay, that's cool. I think that's gonna do it. I physically can't draw Force Blue card. So that's just gonna be it, I think. Reveal cards. I'm gonna just check their deck out. Gonna check out their deck. It doesn't let me look. Actually, it does. Reveal cards. They run Surgical, Balustrade, obviously. What? Yeah, so they are the Thassa's Oracle Reanimated version of this, which actually makes us much better against them. Running Channel as well. Okay, they're playing like a hybrid. Okay, so that is good information. But I don't think there's anything we really care about. Like, Teferi would beat like Veil of Summer, but we're not going to get to that point against them, right? Just check their deck again. Dark Rituals and Sacrifices. So they can go off as early as turn 1. Veil of Summer is so ballsy, by the way. Like, you're playing Veil of Summer when you have like 5 green sources in the entire deck. Like, oh my god, that's so greedy. But it's all good. That means they're running dead cards in their deck. I think we just resubmit. I don't think we have anything much we can change here. I wasn't playing around the Charbel Juke. But then again, I didn't really have any answers anyway, so it is what it is. This hand is awful. It just loses on turn 1. This hand at least has force, but has 0 lands, so I'm just gonna have to pitch this one. This one has lands, mana drain. It's just too slow. It doesn't do anything. This one just loses on turn 1. This is the problem. This is the problem about that deck right there, because these hands are just gonna lose. This hand just hard loses to whatever they're trying to do. But I don't think I'm allowed to go any lower. I'm just gonna have to play this out and see what happens. But they kept the 7. They could probably go off on turn 1. It's just unfortunate. Like, unfortunately, that's just how the Creed Chrome goes sometimes. Yep, Chromox into Dark Ritual, Balustrade Spy, I lose. Oh no, just a Thoughtseize. Okay, sure. Sure. Still not good for me, but I'll take it. Their deck feels so slow. How have they not gotten a turn 1 yet? Like, Oopsal Spells is a turn 1 deck. Like, you win on turn 1. They took the freaking Riddler. What does that mean? Does that mean you have the... Does that mean you have, like, Veil? That has to mean he has Veil, right? That's really interesting. What a draw. What a draw. Now we get to play Beanstalk. Unless they go land, Dark Ritual. If they go land, Dark Ritual, Veil, Balustrade Spy, that would be bad. But, man, I ain't playing around all that. I don't think it's worth to play around all of that. Like, if they have the perfect hand, they have the perfect hand, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, now we just pass. Play go. Draw go, I should be better. Like, my deck should be better draw go. Like, if we're doing this, my deck should be winning. Bolt. Shock. Hard cast Silver Smoke Ghoul. My deck is full of removal. I'm not scared. And they have Veil of Summer. I'm not worried about the Silver Smoke Ghoul. We'll draw removal. Grief. Counter it. They try to Veil it. Counter the Veil. They don't have any more green. Their hand has to be Dark Ritual into something. Surgical my forces, that's fine. Not great, but it happens. Life is hard. Now, a card here would be nice. Like a Quantum Riddler off the top. That's what I want to see here. Quantum Riddler, Solitude, something good off the top here. Come on. Well, Pondo's a start. There we go. There we go, man. Oof. That's actually amazing. Damn. Okay. That is fucking amazing. Decline. But I can't hold up mana drain if I do. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can hold up mana drain if I do that. Warp. Draw a card. And they sack it to draw a card. That's fair. Oh, that's actually not bad. It doesn't actually beat Charbelcher unless they just park the Charbelcher in play, but I'm gonna hold it just in case. If they just plant the Charbelcher in play, there's actually wins against that. Again, they need land spy into Veil of Summer to win here for my counterspell. What are the odds, right? Yeah, thought so. Backup Solitude is good, and they're dead. Yep. Once we put a threat into play against them, they can't just try to random draw them with their way to win. I think their deck might be misconstructed though. Like, Oops all spells. It's because they're playing the Reanimate Thassa's Oracle version of Oops. If they were on a just make creatures and have Sorin Elender in your deck, Oops, that would be way harder to beat. Because that just it increases the density of turn 1 things that they can present for you to have to answer, right? I don't like the Veils in their deck. I'll say it. I don't like the Veils. The Veils pollute the deck. And I don't like Charbelcher is good as a sideboard piece. It might just be a sideboard card, to be honest. But I don't like the Veils. I think instead of Veil, play Saint Elender and Sorin. And then you're just like winning. And Sorin also, by the way, don't forget, Sorin is a win with Balustrade Spy off the top if you have a turn 1 Dark Ritual Sorin Balustrade Spy instead of having a second mana source, right? You need, like, you can't raw Spy on turn 1 because it costs 4. You would need the Chrome Mox and a pitchable. But with Sorin, you can just Dark Ritual, Bolt Land, Dark Ritual, Sorin, Balustrade Spy, and win. So it's not like Sorin is bad in neutral spells. There might be budgeting reasons why they're not playing it. So again, who knows? But I would recommend them to, I mean, not that I would like giving tips to Oops All Spells players of all things. I hate Oops All Spells. That deck is absolutely annoying. I almost got really tilted, by the way, this game as well, where, like, we just have to mulligan to Graveyard Hate, and we mulligan down to 5. And actually, I think here, you actually got to, like, we actually learned a good lesson here. Sometimes it's correct to not mulligan further. Like, I didn't have an opening hand with Graveyard Hate. Actually, I won this game without Graveyard Hate, but it was correct to not mulligan lower, because I knew that rebuilding your resources from 4 cards is way harder than 5. So I decided not to mulligan lower and just keep a stable 5 rather than mulligan to risk mulliganing to seeing no Graveyard Hit again in 4 cards, right? And then having to play a 4. And then this player, things we can analyze here. I think them targeting Force of Negation was bad. Just plain bad. Just like, that was just not it. For Surgical Extraction is a free spell. You can just wait till you want to combo and then surgical all the Force of Negations to see if they have an answer in hand to knock out any Force of Negations, take Force of Negation out of the deck. If they force your surgical, now suddenly they're down 2 cards. I think it's way smarter to hold surgical there and just wait. Obviously I don't know what their hand is. Their hand might just be garbage. But yeah, and game 1, I don't think they should have kept on the strength of Grief Reanimate. That just wasn't it. That was not the play. But yeah, GG made this one happen. And yeah, we can I'll see you guys in the post-game chat because it's best of 3, so I've already been recording for an hour. And we're back for the post-game chat. And yeah, this is, in my opinion, the strongest control deck at the moment in the format. If you want to climb with control specifically, play this one. I would say Beanstalk Control is just it at the moment. There are some other pretty good control decks, like Flaige Ring is very good still. Well, not as good as this one, obviously, but yeah, Flaige Ring is a decent control deck. I'd recommend trying it. Obviously, it's like, that's like the channel deck, just like Flaige Control. Really like that deck too, but like, it's not as... The thing about Ring as your main engine is that when you're getting strip mined, and you are getting strip mined in Timeless right now, there's no walking on eggshells here. We're getting strip mined in Timeless. It's either you play your own strip mines, so play like Hydro Flare or something, or you strip mine them out, or you play an engine that can win through strip mine, and Beanstalk can win through strip mine. Beanstalk comes down on turn 2, and then if they want to strip mine you down to 0 lands, you can literally play a decent game on 0 lands with Beanstalk because of your Solitudes and your Force of Negations, and yeah, that's just how it is. And eventually, these Solitudes and whatever, your answers to their permanents are gonna draw you into more lands, which lets you deploy more Beanstalks, deploy Phelia, Riddler combo, keep drawing cards, just keep going through your deck. Your engine is just super stable, and no one can remove enchantments right now. So like, it's just a super consistent, stable engine. There's just not much you can really do against it once it's in play. Like, once they have 2 Beanstalks in play, you're just losing the game every turn. It's just how it, like, you just going further and further towards losing the game. It's like one of the few control decks right now that can really like be imperative and like say, look, I'm now winning the game and you are losing the game from this point onwards, right? And there's just not much you can do against Beanstalk. Beanstalk costs 2 mana, it's an enchantment. I've said this multiple times. We are the people who kill our own Beanstalks with Wrath of the Skies a lot. With this deck, you're wrathing or you're away your own beats. And don't be scared to do that, by the way. Don't be scared to wrath your own Beanstalks away if you're facing down a board that needs Wrath of the Skies. That's why they're both in the deck here. Like, you could, I've tried it and I've played like I've played like, what was it, Doomscar, because it's a 5 mana board where you can cast for 3 if you foretell it, and then it draws your card off Beanstalk. Just play Wrath of the Skies. Just play the best board up in the format. You're going to kill your own Beanstalk every now and then, but when Wrath of the Skies is costing 3 mana and you're wrathing all the 1-drops away, that's good. When Wrath of the Skies has to kill your own Beanstalk, consider putting an extra mana into it so you draw cards off of your Wrath of the Skies. Like, if Beanstalk enters the battlefield and draws you a card, and then next turn you wrath it away but draw a card, Beanstalk has drawn you 2 cards. It's replaced both itself and the Wrath of the Skies. That was worth it, right? And that's not even if you have only 1 Beanstalk. If you have 2 Beanstalks, suddenly it's actually card advantage. So don't be scared to wrath away your own beans. You'll find more. Don't play more. I wouldn't even recommend playing the 3rd Beanstalk into play ever. Really, it's not really worth it. Usually, you'll just outdraw your whole deck and die. But the 3rd beans you can play when you're like empty-handed and you top deck a Beanstalk. Don't play out the 4th Beanstalk. I don't think it's worth it to do that. You will literally draw your whole deck and die. But yeah, Quantum Riddler, really solid card. Just like the thing that it does is like it makes so that you're never top decking. You're never like just top decking 1 card a turn and playing 1 card and passing, right? You'll like at the very least, if you're empty-handed with Quantum Riddler, you're drawing 2 cards, right? And that's just amazing. It also just beats down, blocks really well with 6 toughness. It's just super hard to remove right now in the format. If they're not also in white and playing Swords of Plowshares, Quantum Riddler is super hard to remove. And yeah, again, I do apologize for yapping a lot this video, but I think it's important because this video, again, I want to share with you guys like my best deck, and I want to like try hard and like actually lock in, focus on like rank magic and whatnot, because like I play all these decks on the ladder every day, but I never really like lock in and play ranked. I just kind of play, right? And obviously I'm the control guy, so when I just kind of play with control, I just do things and they work. But I think it's important to actually explain what I'm doing and what I'm thinking and like why cards are in the deck. Why is the one-off Teferi in the deck, even though we boarded him out both games? The one-off Teferi in the deck, for example, is really good against like other decks, other control decks, obviously, but also good against it just beats Violent Outburst because you can't put spells on the stack with Teferi. It beats Ruby Storm because you can't Storm of Memories because Storm of Memories puts spells onto the stack. It doesn't beat Past in Flames, but people are mostly running Storm Memories in Ruby Storm right now, and Storm Memories is one hell of a fun card, so I can't even blame them. But yeah, Teferi actually just beats that because it exiles the cards from the graveyard and then puts the spells on the stack, and you can't do that with Teferi in play. So the one-off Teferi, that's why he's a one-off, right? He's a one-off just in case. Worst case, he pitches to both Solitude and Force of Negation, and sometimes you'll play him out, bounce spell, blink him with Phelia, and then you get to bounce a spell every turn while growing your Phelia, and they have no instant speed spells during their turn, right? So that's a cool thing. Uro, same thing. We're playing 1 Uro because it is just late game win condition that also gains you life. Just a consistency threat out of the graveyard. Just an ultimate win condition to your Quantum Riddlers. And yeah, that's good stuff. Phelia really actually putting up numbers this video, I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed Phelia. You could play a second one if you really want to. I think 1 is a good number though, so I'm going to stick with that. And yeah, this deck is really just it's already tier. It's like between tier 1 and tier 0 because I don't think any control deck is really actually at the moment. Really, I think this deck is tier 0 actually at the moment. It's very strong. So yeah, we're obviously in Force of Will waiting room. If we get Force of Will in this deck is just the best deck in Timeless in my opinion, almost. But yeah, it's yeah. That would be freaking amazing. But yeah, your choice if you want to play 1 Triome or 2. I showed you today why I play 2. I think in the Strip My meta, 2 is safer and more consistent. But if you want to play 1 just so your mana base overall isn't as clunky, you can totally do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Let's go open a pack. I'm not going to go over every single sideboard piece. Oko comes in against control and against decks that have tricky creatures that you need to deal with or artifacts. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's go open packs and get out of here. Alright, we have 2 Modern Horizons 3 packs. I'm at the point where I'm getting gems out of packs now, which is pretty cool. I get to turn my gold into gems, so let's just see what we get here. Got a rare, so that's going to be gems. Yep, that's 40 gems for 2,000 for 1,000 gold. I got 40 gems. We'll take those. Another one, and we got a mythic, nice, and some more gems. Let's go. Ah, my second grist, nice. Yeah, it's I kind of find it really cool that I just turn gold to gems now. Actually, I wonder what the conversion rate on that is. Give me one sec. Okay, so after doing some very dumb control game math for blockers math, but blockers by the way, because I play, the joke is I play control and I don't have creatures, so I'm never blocking, so I never do math, so I'm dumb. I'm not actually dumb, by the way. I don't know why I'm like self-deprecating here. I have a master's degree. I'm not actually dumb, but whatever. My point is, if you look at this gem price right here, if a pack on average gives us 30 gems, which it doesn't, I'm being very generous here, a pack on average will give us like 20 gems, but sometimes you get double gems, so you get 40, so, you know, it averages up to 30 gems. If a pack gives us 30 gems on average, then, and I also kind of assume that like 20-ish euros, like 18-ish pounds, do with it whatever you want. You're gonna do like, you're gonna get like 15p per pack, so we can turn 1,000 gold into 15p. Isn't that kind of cool? Like, I'm literally like turning my gold into gems now. Like, every time I buy a Modern Horizons pack, I'm turning gold to gems, so I can then get gems, which I can then use to buy, to either play events or buy cool stuff. So that's pretty cool, no? Anyway, just wanted to say, yeah, that was pretty much it. Nothing really to say, actually. I've said all I want to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys. And yeah, if you liked the video, let me know. If you want to see more, like sweaty magic, like more like just locked in, just try-harding, winning, and trying to like win, like maximizing my win percentages, even in best of 1, just let me know. If you really did enjoy best of 3 and you really want to see it, let me know. Even though YouTube doesn't really like best of 3, but it's okay. I'll upload it. I don't mind. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. And yeah, I'm the control guy, and I bid you all farewell. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.